Hey there, this is Bakari Shavanu with Mac Automation Tips. Hey, in this particular video, I'm going to do a review of the Task Manager Amazing Marvin, and I'm going to compare it a little bit to ClickUp and other task management applications. So stick around and check it out. Okay, so yes, I'm back from a hiatus. I'm been gone for a long time, but I am back and I'm glad to be back to be talking about another task manager. And we know we're always changing task managers, but I think that I have found the one that I am going to stick with for a long time. And so this is called Amazing Marvin, and it's been out around, I think, since 2021, but maybe before then. And I stumbled upon it about a little over a month ago, and it has made a tremendous difference in my day-to-day workflow. So it's a lot to unpack in Amazing Marvin. And I'm not going to try to unpack all the stuff, all the features and things like that in Amazing Marvin in this particular video. But if you're interested in hearing more about this, I will do more videos, but I need to hear back from you if you're interested in hearing more about this. There are other videos here on YouTube about Amazing Marvin, but I hope I can be able to add to those and kind of give you some ideas about why I have switched from ClickUp to Amazing Marvin. So let's go into Amazing Marvin here. Now, basically, what I am using was called a open workflow builder. So in other words, you can start out using Amazing Marvin just to kind of play around with it. It has a 30-day trial. And when you open it up, it looks something like this. And it has some instructions to kind of get you going. But also, once you get it open up, you can go to this menu up here. And you can go to Workflow Templates right here. And you can go to Import, Export. And you can say open a workflow builder. So what this workflow builder does, it just opens up a kind of it kind of opens up a alias of not of your account, but it kind of just shows Marvin outside your account, and you can go in and experiment. It won't save anything. You're not setting up anything in your account. You're just going in there to explore the different things that it has to offer. And so this is one way you might want to start with Amazing Marvin. So basically, once you're in here, it's pretty much set up like this. And let me go back here for the menu again. Go back to Work Templates. And what it does, if you can also go here to what's called Apps. And basically, if you go in here, if you're familiar with any of these apps like Things or Todoist or Wunderlist, the old Wunderlist, I think it's not still around anymore, Tick. If you're familiar with those, you can actually use one of these apps as your starting interface, user interface. So let's go to Todoist, for example. And so you say you want to activate that. Now remember, this is not on my account. It wouldn't be on your account if you use this, workflow builder. So you're going to go here and you can deactivate this anytime you want. So let's go here. Then we're going to go out of this. And you see that looks pretty much like Todoist, right? And basically all it is just changes the sidebar. And then from there, you can start adding all kinds of stuff into this sidebar and into this main day view here. I'm just kind of showing you some ways that you can do that. You can go back again and let's go to workflow and say you want to go to apps, and let's go to say we want to change it to things. Okay. So you want to activate that. Comes up, get rid of this one. And then change it to things. Looks pretty similar to things. So that's one way you can get started with Amazing Marvin. Now, that's not the way I got started, even though I'm very familiar with some of these applications. I've used them. But I went and switched from ClickUp to Tick to now Amazing Marvin, and I'm staying with it. And I want to tell you the reason why here. So that's one way you can get started with it. But let me now switch to how my Amazing Marvin looks and is set up. So let me go here and open it up, and we're going to get rid of this. Now, so this is how my Amazing Marvin looks here. So it looks similar to what you just saw, but now I've incorporated a lot of the features that are in Amazing Marvin. I'll kind of show you some of the features that stand out for me. there are literally over 100 strategies that you can use in Amazing Marvin. So it's like, again, it would take at least 10 videos to just really unpack all the things that are in here. But let me go through and just talk about some things about why I really like this and how it's made a huge difference for me. So let's just see. This is the main interface here. And right now I have a task that I am timing. Matter of fact, I'm tracking the time of recording this video, right? So that's a task. And all the tasks, here's the tasks are down here. And it's set up, I have the strategy where I divide my tasks from morning, afternoon, and evening. So that's one strategy. It has a lot of other different strategies, okay? But this is the one that I do. And so so my afternoon strategy is to do a video, produce a video of Amazing Marvin, right? So this particular setup here is what's called a project. And so in the project, you can see that I have the different subtasks in the project, right? And so I set that up and I just click them off as I go on. I'm at the point of doing the record the video step, right? I've already outlined the video and things of that sort. So I have it here. So I'm going to come back to this, but this is very important for me, and I want to explain why. So let's go back up to here. Up here, they have what's called MIPS, most important projects. So what I do is I keep my most important projects, the top 3 that I'm going to work on from week to week until I get them done or get them mostly done. Sometimes I don't always complete the project completely, but I completed enough to just move on to something else. But anyway, here is that same project I'm working on right now. I click on it, and again, it shows all my non-completed tasks here. So you can filter it out to show completed tasks and non-completed tasks. All right. So say I filter this one out here. It will show some of the tasks that I've already completed. Again, this is another feature in Amazing Marvin. You can choose to have Marvin keep a list of your completed tasks, or you can choose not to show them at all, or you can just go in and just filter out, and you can just hide the completed ones like I do here. So again, that gives me a chance to just work through this. I'm gonna move this timer a little bit. And so also you have a lot of features right up in here, which I really like. You have a little notebook here, and I haven't used this particular one, but typically I might put some notes in here about the project as I go along. You can do that. You can, again, click here to track the time. You can click here to do a schedule, today, tomorrow, next Monday. I mean, there's many different ways you can do this. I'm only showing you some of the quicker ways here. And so there's a lot of other different things you can do in this, but I'm just kind of giving you a brief overview. So let's go back to the user interface here. So that's the most important projects, and it gives you a way to see, how much progress you're making on it. And you can access your projects from your user interface and from different places. You can put your projects over here in the sidebar as well. One of the things the reason why I moved away from the other task managers is because sometimes I will create a project and I just get so busy, I kind of either go ahead and just do the project without using the task manager, or sometimes I'll just forget about the projects that I created, right? And I get behind. So particularly on projects that are not time sensitive or not client base sensitive, I might just kind of skip them. With Amazing Marvin, I can choose to say, hey, this month or whatever, or this week, I'm going to work on 3 projects here and put them up here. You can put as many, I think you can put up about 4 or 5 projects in this particular section, but there's other ways that you can get into your projects as well. All right. Also, this one has another thing that has a strategy is it can keep track of your habits. So it can remind you of your habits. So every day I try to drink this, a big old glass of water, right? It's like really a jug of water. But anyway, I can just click that off, and I have done my water for the day right before I came to start doing this video. And then also you have here, you can create some notes to yourself. any kind of notes, some affirmations, whatever you want to do, you can do that as a strategy as well. Another strategy is you can have certain days devoted to different areas of work. Today is supposed to be devoted to web biz, so my web business. So that's basically, I did that this morning, but it just kind of reminds me that on Tuesdays, that's really when I want to spend most of my time is on web biz. But it just happens to be today, I'm going to also do this video about Amazing Marvin. All right, another little feature in here is it's going to remind you of your calendar events. So Amazing Marvin does, sync with Google Calendar and iCal and things of that sort. I think Outlook as well. And so you can do that, and it will show you those there. So it doesn't have to clutter up your task part. And then another one here is called squares. So basically the squares can be links to different parts of Marvin, right? They can be internal links to different parts, or they can even be external links. So you can create a link to a web page or a website that you frequently go to. So here, this is really great. And at first I didn't really think I was going to use this, but after a while I'm like, this is just a quick way to get at stuff, right? And that's the thing about Amazing Marvin, is that you can really click the stuff like in the sidebar, in the mini sidebar. I can just close this if I want to, and just have the mini, the tiny sidebar. And then you have a bottom menu here as well of items that you can click to. All right, and then this is your calendar over here where you can jump to different days if you want as well. All right. So, again, this is a really good strategy, and I'm going to show you a little bit more about that in a minute. And then I just talked about, again, this is my morning, afternoon, evening strategy here. And I just divide these things up. And typically what I try to do is give a time estimate to my task here. So that's another good thing to do, because what it'll do is it will show you right now, like say I have 2 hours and 15 minutes of tasks left. So based on just the kind of estimates I give, Marvin will give you a pretty good idea about, like how much task that you have scheduled for the day, right? And I typically try to schedule about 4 hours, and that ends up being about 6 hours because, things come up, things take longer than I expected, what have you. But anyway, you can do that, and it also has a day planner, that I might not show you in this particular video, but I can show you in another video. But it has a day planner to kind of, when you come in, and you can use that planner to get your day started. All right, so another feature that I like about Amazing Marvin is a strategy called the weekly scheduler here. So what I've done is I blurred out some of my tasks, just for privacy here. But anyway, what you can do in this is it allows you to schedule tasks throughout from week to week. And then also on this side over here, you have what's called smart list, and some of the smart lists that I have are, projects that are, here's all my projects listed here. It also has tasks that are not scheduled yet. So I can access all my tasks. There's a master list of everything that I have in Marvin. I can go there too, but I can go to this list to help build out my week week here. So I really spend a lot of time in this area, particularly like, at the beginning of the week, maybe Sunday and then Monday. I really spend a lot of time in this area, moving tasks around, getting them situated into the morning, afternoon, and evening. And this is the way I schedule out my week. And this makes a tremendous difference when I do this, because basically what it means as a freelancer myself, and somebody who I don't have someone working over my shoulder all the time. Basically what this means is I create my own particular areas of responsibility and things that I'm going to get done from week to week. And I don't come to the computer, pretty much, I'll come to the computer knowing what I'm going to do. Basically, that's what it is. So I use this weekly scheduler a lot, and it's just really made a tremendous difference on my workflow here. Another thing that I do is I have what's called pin task. All right, let's pull that up. And these are not really, these are just typical type of pen tasks that kind of just the ordinary tasks that I don't do them recurring. So Amazing Marvin can handle recurring tasks easily, like any other task manager. But this one is called pen task, which means that I'm not sure when I'm going to do it. For example, I might say I'm going to wash clothes today or whatever. So I have a pen task for washing clothes. And basically I already have it set up, and all I have to do is just go in and schedule the task. And what it does is that Marvin makes a copy of that pen task and puts it into the slot to where I schedule it. So I don't have to keep retyping this task over and over again, and I can use these tasks whenever I need to. So if there's times where I have days where I have like a kind of a significant, I have some room in my schedule for that day, I'll check out my pen task and just kind of go in here and say, hey, what is something that I need to do, right? So that's another way of getting those there. All right, so let's go here. So, and one more thing that I want to talk about too before I kind of close this out is another feature. It's called Top of Mind. And what Top of Mind is that you see over here. Let me pull this over here. I am outside of Marvin right now. I'm in my Finder. So if I was going to say another application, and just doing some work here, what this does is it reminds me of the task that I'm supposed to be working on, right? Or it reminds me of the next task that I have scheduled. And from here, I can either stop the time tracking here, or I can mark it as done, or I can go back to Amazing Marvin, or if I'm a big procrastinator, which I'm not, but I can go through this, what's called a procrastination wizard, which is again another video here. But that's just something that I've kind of put there to show you. But anyway, I really like this because once I click this off, it will go to the next task that I schedule. And sometimes if I just want to kind of click off, 2 or 3 tasks, in a row, right? This is a great way to do it, but it's also a way to just remind me if I get off and start, doing something else or spending too long into a particular task, this reminds me here of what I said is the next task to complete. And so that's really made a huge difference in my workflow as well. So, basically, I'm really loving Amazing Marvin, as you can tell. If you can go here, let's go here. Why am I going up here? I can go right down here and go to strategies. Let me show you some of the strategies here. There are literally just about 90 strategies in here that you can apply. And so basically what you want to do is that you want to watch the videos that exist on YouTube. Watch the videos that I create. If you want to hear me, if you want me to create more videos, I would do that and talk about these strategies. But basically, you want to become familiar with the strategies and add them as you need them. Some of them will be turned on by default. Some of them you might want to turn off, and some of them you want to turn on that are not on. But you just get yourself familiar with this. Amazing Marvin has really good documentation. I mean, they explain every one of these strategies. Many of the explanations include a video by Christina, one of the developers of Amazing Marvin. And again, you just go through these things and figure out what you want to add to your Amazing Marvin, your particular workflow. So some of the things that I talked about, the custom squares, again, that's something that you can add to it, and you can go in here and it will show you how to add those squares to Amazing Marvin here, right? You can do custom task links, day planning, right? That's another one here, and it'll show you how to set it up. It's too many for me to even talk about right now to get into all of them. It's just a lot. And so again, if you want to hear more about it, just let me know and I will create more videos. Another one though I really like too is called Fast Buttons. This is sort of like pen tasks as well, but if you have a particular task that you do regularly but you don't do at the same time every day or every month or whatever, you can just click on it and that task you just preset it up and that task will be set up and ready to go for you. So it's called a fast add button. I mean, there's just so many different ways that Marvin enables you to just get tasks set up and get your work done. I mean, I've gotten work done much better. As a matter of fact, I've reduced the amount of, literally have reduced the amount of time that I am spending in my office. I mean, literally. Now, it took me, I'll be honest with you, it took me a while to learn Marvin. It took me a while to set it up. I would think it took me at least a good 3 weeks off and on, just kind of working at it on the weekends, things of that sort. So again, this is may not be for everybody, okay? But for me, it made a difference and it was worth the investment, because now that I've got it set up, basically I come in and just get through my tasks, right? And I just, in the evening, I'm pretty much done, because I just, this thing reminds me, hey, this is what you said you're going to do. And so just go ahead and do it, right? And just get those tasks clicked off here. So there's a lot of stuff in here, guys. And so I definitely want you to just check it out. They have a matrix system. If you're into the Eisenhower matrix system, hey, you can do that, right? You can set that up. There's just a lot of different ways that you can set this thing up. You can do customized sections. You can customize your sidebar like I talked about. You can do the kind of smart list day alerts. So if there's some things that it gives you all kind of alerts about different things. Say that you want to have alerts about tasks that do not have a time estimate on it, right? Or projects that don't have subtasks in it. It will give you alerts to do that if you want to turn that on. If you don't want it, just turn it off. Another task is if you have some projects based on a certain amount of time that have become stale, that you haven't revisited, well, it'll remind you about that. So, I mean, wow, it's just so much. So, again, let me know if you want to hear more about this. I think Amazing Marvin, Amazing Marvin is not as big, as ClickUp and have all the money and all the huge staff. But, man, they are really, really committed to this application. They put a lot of time into it. Christina talked about this application took over 7 years to develop. The one last thing that I want to talk about before I leave off of here is the price of Amazing Marvin. The price of Amazing Marvin, you can get it for 30 days trial, but also it's a monthly, I think it's a monthly fee of $8 if you pay, for the year, pay upfront for the year. And then I think it's like maybe $10 or $12 if you want to do month to month. I forget about that, but I'll show you. I'll put that in the show notes or what have you. But guess what? They have also a lifetime subscription. That's right, a lifetime subscription of $300. I went on ahead. I am so dedicated to this application that I paid the lifetime subscription. So in about 5 years, 3 years. In 3 years, this bad boy would be paid off. It is mine. It is completely mine. I don't have to keep paying for it for like 10, 20 years, right? I think that really shows some love and respect for their customers when they offer that. Because I know that for a lot of people, $300 is a lot of money to pay up front. But for me, I'm already sold on this, and I am not going to change anytime soon. And so I will definitely be on here for 3 years, if not longer than that. So, and I think it'll be around for a long time. They've invested a lot of time and energy in this, and they're still building it up. So again, if you have any questions, I'd like to hear your feedback about Amazing Marvin. If you happen to use the application, let me know and let me know what you like. And again, one more time, if you want to know more about Amazing Marvin, let me know in the comment section. Hey, if I get a couple of people to say, I want to hear more, then I'm going to do more videos. Thanks a lot for checking out this video, and I will see you next time.